Hi and welcome to McGunn Media. In this video we're going to be talking to you about layering and texturing your images. In this image that we've just taken of a picnic, as you can see it's quite complex. There's lots of things going on in it. There's a base layer, there's the wood on top, the string and the paper, little details that bring out more and more texture, the cloth, the shavings of the nuts. All of these things are what I call layers of our image. And I can show you how to do this very simply. You can see here in front of me I've just got a chopping board and there aren't that many elements on it. There's some bread, piece of cheese and some fruit. Now as you can see this is still layered even though there's less than 5 objects, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on here. You can see that we've added layers and textures as we've gone. There are a couple of things here that I would add to this. The cheese block here is because it's just one block, I might cut this a few times to add in a few slices to the cheese. Let me just cut it, and so I might just layer those in to have more things. And I don't mind, because it's cheese, I certainly don't mind if it's broken up a little bit, and because of the roughness of cheese when it's broken it adds a bit more texture as well, so it's a little bit, it looks a lot more interesting to see. And I certainly wouldn't keep a face just like this. I might just break the face up a little bit, perhaps with the last one just sliced down as well. Ooh, so it's just like that, layering them on top of each other. Just again, layering your image. On top of the board is just some breadcrumbs to add in some effects to the board. So you already get a sense that the bread has been cut. And instead, if I were just to place the bread on top of the board, as you can see here, it would work, it would still be fine, but the problem is that it's not layered, so the texture is a little missing here. So brown paper and a little bit of grease paper also will bring that out. Again, I've just put some of the crumbs on the top of the paper just to make sure that you can see that it's part of the entire image. If I just put paper on here without the crumbs, it would look a little bit like we've placed it on as an afterthought rather than being integrated with the picture. The fruit as well, I might well just take a piece of fruit and perhaps even break this in half so that you can see inside the fruit. And because of the lovely pips inside, they're very shiny, so perhaps I would dry those with a paper towel before leaving them in our image. But those are the sorts of things that you've got a broken bread in half, you've got layers of cheese in, and then you've got a broken fruit as well. It allows all of the items in your picture to look as if they're layered in together. So when you start your image, if you start with your base layer, either as here we started with a chopping board, in our other image we started with a piece of textured wood, the first thing I do is layer it with the primary textures. So if I'm going to add some more wood pieces to that, or I'm going to add material, I'll then place those in position before the food gets added. As soon as I'm happy with the arrangements of those pieces, if you've got plates or decorative pieces, put them in. After that, I then start putting in the food pieces, particularly bread or fruit, entire fruit first. And then if you've got meats or you've got things that might perish after time, they go into my image after the initial placement, so that my layers are already in place and then I'm just adding to that image. So I hope that you found this video to be informative. If you did, please leave us comments in the comments box below.